Now, there's evidently been a lot of hate surrounding The Mandalorian and Grogu, but to make things clear, this video is not me psyching up Disney and trying to get a bag. Not that I would, but this immense amount of Star Wars hatred from Star Wars' biggest fans and creators needs to stop. Whether it's this,
adapted for the big screen, my problem was they weren't good episodes.
Or my goats,
the violence? It's definitely toned down, even
in the first half of the movie, Mando rips the dude's horn off his head and Rada jumps on top of the dude and crunches all of his bones in his body. It's so unbelievably unnecessary. I'm gonna yap here for a second, so skip to here if you don't want to listen before we get into the actual film, but I'm coming back to this channel because Star Wars will never get out of this rut if the biggest creators keep trashing it and the franchise. Also, I love X, so no hate here, but I'm not gonna sit here and say Disney doesn't deserve some hate for what it's done to the franchise. No new movie in almost a decade, aside from Mando, some terrible and mediocre shows like Andor, just kidding obviously, but really, there's been only a few couple bright spots for Star Wars of the late. Things like Andor and Maul, which are truly phenomenal, but hating on a movie like Mando that was objectively a decent and good film for reasons that are blatantly not true or related is just absurd. And let's be clear here, I was somebody who wanted to dislike and hate this movie so bad. I regret to admit it, but I listened to all the hatred and was pissed this movie was coming out instead of an original new concept or a new saga. The obvious concerns and issues with the movie are very, very clear. It really is just a couple of Mandalorian episodes together, and Disney isn't really reaching or trying anything new with it, getting nowhere near pushing boundaries or at the minimum pushing the franchise's story in any way that affects the universe, when it's the only theatrical release in almost a decade. But to have the audacity to say that these are mediocre episodes at best is absurd. The amount of badassness in the first half of the movie was great to me. The first half of the movie made me feel something I haven't felt in Star Wars in a very, very long time. Really since season 1 of Andor. Something finally fresh and new. For some reason, the first half of the film where Mando's going to save Rada on I think it's called Shikari felt like something totally new and fresh in Star Wars. The visuals made it feel like Star Wars Gotham City, and the score was very new and something I loved. I just wish they stayed on that planet longer. Star Wars is such a beloved franchise, but at some point it's got to shift gears, and I think Ludwig did a great job with the score, making it sound super fresh and just really good and so unique. But seeing Embo done well was making me so horny. But no, really, Embo was a fantastic character in the movie. He was so freaking cool, and I'm so hyped to see all the edits that'll come out of it. I was worried seeing him in the trailers in case they made him the caliber he isn't, because Embo really is one of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy. Seeing him take down Din and later fighting him again brought a level of nostalgia and excitement that I thought complemented the movie really well. This was not a mediocre mix of Mando episodes. Anybody who says that is so obviously blinded by their annoyance with where Star Wars is right now, which I agree with. This video is not me glazing Star Wars in any means. This franchise means so much to me. All of its lore and stories and factions and characters, and how Disney has decimated it into its current state is beyond angering. But to say this film was anything less than simply just good movie on its own, if you separate it from everything, is really just overlooking the film itself and being pissed off that Disney was the one to make it. Now again, I'm not glazing this movie, but really it wasn't that bad. You can't be mad because it just didn't push anything in the Star Wars franchise anything more. There was nothing that was ruined for this movie. It was genuinely and blatantly a good film. But I will say, seeing Dave Filoni putting himself in more than one scene and giving himself a speaking line did piss me off so much with his stupid little cowboy hat. Sorry, Dave. But anyways, go watch this movie for yourself and make your own opinion up and try not to listen to all the hate. As Star Wars fans, all we can do now is demand for a better future and, of course, Battlefront 3. I can't wait for all the hate comments to drop in, but I'm ready for them. Well, we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You can go check out my main Batman channel I linked below. I decided to come back on here to say my piece on this whole movie and the ordeal it's brought in. But thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.